Good morning. Welcome to day 9, Monday, May 29th, 2023. Had a great little campsite here. The running brook nearby put me out like a light. Got up nice and early. It's like 5:30 right now. Just having another cup of coffee before we get moving up to East Osceola first. So I feel like just because it is Memorial Day, just take a minute to reflect on that, right? Over my career, I worked with a lot of people who served in the military, deployed overseas. And I say the people I was closest with never really talked about what happened over there, but I was fortunate enough for the last 10 years of my career to be on an interview panel where I got to talk one-on-one with a lot of people who were overseas, deployed in Iraq, Afghanistan, and just to hear some of their firsthand accounts of the things that they had to deal with. Terrifying. We all serve in different ways, right? But people who are in the military, that's a step up. Separated from your family for months at a time, true life or death situations, and then all the other stuff. I mean, whether you agree with whether we should be wherever we are, that's a whole other story. But these are real people who are sacrificing everything. So just feel like, I know that thanks for your service sounds so cliche a lot of times, but we all have family or friends who have been in the military, whether they're long departed or they're there right now. And we can't forget about them, because they're there. We can be out here hiking around the mountains and just enjoying the weather and having fun. A lot of places in the world you can't do that. So that's that. On a lighter Memorial Day note, I'm going to take you back in time to when I was a teenager, back in the Stone Age, back in the early 80s, 81 to 85, high school. Memorial Day was always huge because the local rock radio station, I grew up in Philly, WMMR, would do a Memorial Day countdown of the top 500 songs of the year. Who knows how they figured it out? I think it was like requests and sales and whatever else. It was always, there was no internet, there was nothing back then except radio and TV, right? So it was huge. Listen to the countdown and argue about how's this song better than that song and all that fun stuff. And the top 3 were always Satisfaction by the Stones, Baba O'Reilly by The Who, and Stairway to Heaven by Zeppelin. They weren't always in the same order, but they were always like the top 3. But the other 500 songs were always pretty interesting. I was thinking about it last night. I wonder if some ambitious soul has put together, gotten the actual list from one of those years and put together a Spotify playlist or something along those lines. That would be really cool to listen to go back in time 40 years ago and hear that countdown from 500 to 1. That would be a great through hike playlist for sure. The reason I thought about that is one of the apps I'm using out here for music is called Mixcloud, and different, I guess for lack of a better word, DJs will put together various mixes of songs. So there's one guy who'll put together sounds of the 80s and sounds of the 70s, and it got me thinking about the countdown. So it's a pretty cool app. It seems like it's draining more battery power relative to other apps I'm using on the phone. I can't quite figure out why it's doing that, but other than that, a cool app. So we're going to finish this coffee and start heading up the mountain. See you up there. Day 9 update. We made it to the intersection with the Mount Osceola Trail. So our first stop will be the East Peak. The climb begins. We're just going to take a short break here and then keep on heading up. Day 9, getting close to 8 o'clock. We're still climbing East Osceola, but we got this nice little break, this viewpoint here, so we're getting close to the top, I hope. Still climbing. Another outlook. There's East Osceola. We're getting there, but look at this. Whew. Not too bad. Monday morning, around 8 o'clock. Still climbing. Whew. We made it. East Osceola. Whew. What a climb. All right, so we gained about another 200, 300 feet on the way to Osceola proper, and we'll take a nice break there. Better views there as well. So, and hopefully cell service. See you there. What's up? It's day 9. 21 peaks down now. It's about 9 in the morning, Memorial Day. Whew. Still feeling pretty strong. I think we're gonna go for Tecumseh today. Take a little break here, get updated weather service, and check in with Sarah, and then keep motoring. We should be back down in Waterville Valley by noon, and then we can head up to Tecumseh. So that's the plan right now. Gonna take a nice long break here though. Check in later. All right, day 9 update. We made it back down to the trailhead, and look, we have a trash can. We can get rid of all this trash we've been carrying. Awesome. We're gonna take a quick break here and then make the road walk to get to the Tecumseh trailhead. And we're gonna go for number 22 today. Let's do it. And so the Tripoli road walk begins. Lots of people out today. Lots of cars parked on the highway or the road here. So I think we got about a mile and a half to the trailhead, and then we'll start climbing again. All right, we made it to the next trailhead. It is a bit buggy down here, so hopefully we get up a little higher and the bugs will go away. Day 9 update. We're still climbing up Mount Tecumseh, but we're getting close. We're probably less than a half mile from the summit. Passed a bunch of folks. You know, I never mention what I'm doing unless someone ask me. You know, obviously this isn't a trail you typically would see a big backpack on. So there was a young couple coming down. They did their first hike yesterday on the Osceolas, their second hike today. And I mentioned to them, because they asked where I was camping tonight. And I mentioned what I was up to, so it's cool. So to see other people getting excited, thinking about, you know, maybe they'll be inspired one day to give it a go. So definitely not as many people on this trail as the Osceolas that I've seen, but a lot of people doing this trail may just do it from the valley and back. So gonna take a little pack break and then make our final push for the summit, and then get a nice long break and air out our feet. Quick day 9 update. We made it to the top of Tecumseh, so that's 22 down. We'll head down the valley and find somewhere to set up camp to line up for the pyramids and Whiteface and Passaconaway tomorrow. All right, day 9 update. It's about 3 in the afternoon. We're making our way down the Tecumseh Trail towards Waterville Valley. Hung out on the summit for a while. Met a nice couple from the Cape. The guy had noticed the sad state of my trail runners. They're kind of ripped up pretty good. He said something like, yeah, they've seen some miles, huh? And we got to talking, so that was cool. Still have water in the bladder, so I'm just trying to ration a little bit so I can keep sipping on the way down. Right now, the bugs aren't bad on this section, so that's nice. The bugs were around on the summit, but this is a nice spot to take a little break, a little breeze, and we got to figure out where we're going to camp tonight. So yeah, that's where we're at. 3 o'clock, I had cell service, got a weather update, which is good. Was able to touch base with Sarah, and we continue down. Okay, day 9 wrap up. We set up base camp. We found some running water near the other side of the Mount Tecumseh trail. Setting up the tent was fine. Very, very buggy though, just I think the time of day. But yeah, especially annoying. I don't like filling up my hydration bladder in the tent just because I don't want any water issues. So I do that outside the tent, and the bugs were just being extra obnoxious, and I really didn't want to put DEET on for the short amount of time I'd be outside the tent. So it all worked out. When I actually got in the tent, I probably had 40 of those little black gnats already inside, even though I had zipped it up as best as I could. So we had to take care of all that. And now I think we're bug free inside the tent. There may be 1 or 2 stragglers that I'll have to deal with, but it's nice because we're in a shady spot, and it definitely feels a bit cooler in the tent than it has the past couple nights. And also it's later. It's like getting close to 6. So long day of hiking today. Really want to push myself. So just doing the Osceolas would have been a decent day, but then adding in Tecumseh and basically both sides of the mountain, because there really is no where to camp. I didn't fill up on water, so I had to get back down to a water source for tonight. So yeah, the end of day 9, and somehow we're at 22 peaks. I'm really happy with that. Yeah, really happy with that. So tomorrow we go to the Pyramids. We have a bit of pretty much a road walk to the Livermore Trail until we start climbing. I'm probably most definitely going to be dry camping tomorrow night, so I'm going to have to carry the water up there, just because I don't think I'll necessarily get all the way to Passaconaway, where I think there might be water there. And there could be water up there just because there could still be snow melt, and there could be some streams that are running, but don't want to take the chance of not having water up there on the ridge somewhere. So I'm going to have to lug up a bunch of water, which is fine. We'll get a bit of a pack break tomorrow. I can dump the pack at the junction with Kate Sleeper and just bag the Pyramids, and then I'll have the pack on for the rest of the trip. And in case you're wondering what I do with the pack when I leave it, obviously I have the bear vault, so all the food in the bear vault, and I leave that outside the pack in a shady spot somewhere, and then just put the pack somewhere in a shady spot if I'm leaving everything. And then if it's going to be a long enough out and back where I want to have my hydration bladder with me, I'll take out everything possible, like the bear vault, the sleeping bag, the air mattress, electronics, things I don't need, just to do a quick out and back. I'll just leave all those stuff sacks hidden somewhere in a shady spot and then come back for them. So that works well for me. Gonna eat and get ready to sleep. I was definitely on the trail by 6 this morning, if not a little earlier, and wasn't done until like 4. And the one goal I kind of had for myself is, as long as the weather would as long as the weather wasn't terrible, I wanted to put in like a solid 8 hours of hiking every day, if not more, if I was feeling good. So this may be one of the longest days we've had, over 10 hours of hiking. I don't know what the mileage is. Yeah, so awesome. Still feel good. That thigh injury bruise that I had going up South Twin, it's almost completely healed. I have like 99% range of mobility again on it and no discomfort. My toes are feeling good. Feet are feeling pretty good. So everything is good. I think this was the most I've talked about the Direttissima to different hikers today. Just different people would ask about whatever, the backpack or the state of my shoes, where I was camping, and it would lead into, oh, well, this is what I'm doing. So that was cool. I don't think anyone I talked to today about it had heard about it before, or at least heard as a Direttissima. So I guess, yeah, when you're on these trails where you wouldn't typically see a bunch of backpackers, not on the AT, not on any of the white loops that most people do. Pretty cool. So there's that. I think I'm going to wrap it up. I had cell service on the summit, which was nice. And I think I'll get cell service again somewhere around here, around the Livermore Trail. So see you in the morning for day 10. We'll still be in May. Day 10 coming soon.